There's an old saying in the legal profession that goes something like this: the man who represents himself in court has a fool for a client. Hi, I'm Frederick, the founder of IFA Legal Services, which is a research and investigation agency that primarily focuses on the numerous wrongly convicted women and men currently incarcerated in state prisons anywhere in the country. I'm also the author of this book, After Conviction, What You Can Do Before a Lawyer is Appointed. This book was specially developed for the wrongly convicted women and men currently incarcerated in state prisons to help them help themselves, and in the process become a more informed client, better prepared to help the lawyer help them. In the above statement about self-representation and having a fool for a client, that statement is usually true because of the trauma associated with being arrested, charged with a crime, sent to jail, the whole process. In order to address this situation, the appointment of a competent lawyer prior to trial for the assistance of the person who's been charged is constitutionally required in all 50 states. However, after being convicted or entering a guilty plea, being sent to prison, after the appeal has been exhausted, if an appeal was taken, the person is no longer entitled to, there's no guarantee that the person will be given the assistance of counsel to assist them if they would desire to continue to challenge that sentence of conviction post-convictionally. Therefore, unless their family, friends, loved ones hire them an attorney, or an Innocence Project, university law school program, or some lawyer become personally attached to the case, they're more or less on their own. They must do the basic research. They have to organize their files, get the necessary documentation, try to do a timeline as to the events that occurred from the time they were arrested until that particular point when they were getting ready to go back to court. They have to get a copy of the state-approved post-conviction remedy. They have to fill it out and then submit it to the court. There's much, much more that needs to be done. Most of these primary things will be done by an attorney or a lawyer if the lawyer was hired or appointed. Which brings me back to this book. This book offers viable suggestions as to what the wrongly convicted can do before they get a lawyer that's been hired by their family and friends, or they're fortunate enough to have one appointed post-convictionally by the court. This book, it was developed to help them to help themselves. The purpose is not intended to turn anyone into a lawyer or a paralegal. The purpose is to make them a more informed client, and in the process, better prepare them to help their lawyer help them. So if you think that this book could be of benefit to your loved one who's currently incarcerated in a state prison anywhere in the country, order them a copy today, and order one for yourself too. For short of God's intervention, knowledge is our best defense against injustice.